Court documents reveal that Prince Andrew has reached a legal settlement in a civil sexual assault case brought against him by an American woman named Virginia Giuffre in the United States. Giuffre has sued the Duke of York, claiming he sexually assaulted her on 3 occasions when she was 17. Allegations he has denied more than once. A letter filed in a U.S. District Court on Tuesday said the Duke and Giuffre had reached an out-of-court settlement. The Duke's representative said he had no further comment on the statement issued by the court. In a letter to U.S. Judge Lewis Kaplan, the plaintiff's attorney, jointly with Prince Andrew's attorney, wrote to say the two teams had reached a compromise in principle. The statement attached to the letter reads, "The parties will submit a request to drop the case, conditioned on Ms. Giuffre's receipt of the financial settlement, whose total has not been disclosed." He added that the Duke would make a significant donation to Ms. Giuffre's charity in support of victims' rights. The statement added that Prince Andrew never intended to offend Ms. Giuffre's character and acknowledged that she suffered both as a victim of abuse and as a victim of unfair public assaults. The Duke also pledged to show his regret for his relationship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, and will do so by supporting the fight against the evils of sex trafficking and its victims. He also praised the courage of Ms. Giuffre and the other survivors in standing up for themselves and others. Prince Andrew has not made any admission of responsibility for the allegations against him, and his lawyers have previously said he is willing to appear before a jury to refute Giuffre's allegations during the trial expected later this year. Asked to comment on the latest developments, Giuffre's attorney, David Boyce, told BA News, "I think it speaks for itself." Once the go-ahead was given, it was, to say the least, uncomfortable for Prince Andrew, but this settlement is the best thing that can happen to him, except to go to trial and win the case. He avoided having to testify under oath, which was to be given early next month. He admitted no guilt. There will also be no civil trial, and there will be no further airing of accusations and evidence. He is innocent, because he has not been convicted of anything. So it is free from any legal threat. But it is still badly damaged by what happened over the past few years. His friendship with a person convicted of sexual abuse and trafficking of minors will always affect his reputation. There was no word from the palace tonight to comment on the settlement. Instead, journalists were reminded of the announcement in January that the prince would lose his titles and royal patronage. This is consistent with what sources have indicated over the past few years, that there is no way for Prince Andrew to return. Giuffre, 38, has alleged that she has been a victim of sex trafficking and abuse by billionaire Epstein since the age of 16. Epstein died in prison in 2019 while awaiting trial for human trafficking for the purpose of sex trafficking. She said that part of the abuse was that she was loaned to powerful men, including Prince Andrew, who is the Queen's third son and ninth in line to the throne. Joffrey alleges that the 61-year-old Duke sexually assaulted her on 3 occasions, at Glenn Maxwell's home in London, at Epstein's mansion in New York and on Epstein's private island in the U.S. Virgin Islands. In an interview with BBC Newsnight in 2019, Prince Andrew said he had no recollection of ever meeting Joffrey and said her account of their meeting in London and having sex at a home in Belgravia didn't happen. In January, a U.S. District Court in the southern suburbs of New York ruled that the civil case against him could proceed. Buckingham Palace later announced that Prince Andrew's military titles and royal patronage had been returned to the Queen. A royal source said he would also stop using the title of His Royal Highness in an official capacity. Lisa Bloom, a lawyer who represents many of those who have brought cases against Epstein, welcomed the Duke's settlement as a victory for Ms. Joffrey. In a statement on Twitter on behalf of her clients, Bloom wrote, "We applaud Virginia's victory today. She accomplished what no one else could, get Prince Andrew to stop what is worthless and stand with victims of sexual